again, so
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the real 305. Last 305 was actually a 304, but now it's a 305. I am off kilter today. All the rocks in my head are to this side, so I'm on this side of the screen. So just forgive that. So far, we've got Mark, Barrick, and Ruben here in the room. What do you have in Barrick? We didn't cover any of that.
Right now I'm just drinking a light ale that I made.
oh, cool.
Light ale.
Is that a Citra Bum? Is it a light Citra Bum?
No, I don't have any Citra bombs.
Oh,
I'm gonna make
man.
it the next batch. I've got one in the fermenter now.
Oh, okay.
So just your basic, just a light.
Yeah, it's a light ale, very light. A Pilsen malt, some Mount Hood hops, which are very mild, and I put an ounce of Nelson's. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's supposed to give it kind of a fruity flavor, and it does. It tastes a little fruity.
Cool.
You just dry hopped it with that Nelson hops, or what?
No, just a to the boil.
Was it Nelson?
Oh, in the boil.
Is that what that
Nelson Sauvin, that's it.
That's it, yeah.
That's
Don't
it.
ask me where that came from. I had. I
Yeah,
probably picked up something from Zach talking at some point.
yeah. But
We
what
had
it
that
is?
hops conversation about a month or two ago. Remember, he was going through like all the 88 bazillion types of hops there are.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
but I've brewed with this before, so you probably heard it from me.
Okay.
I've brewed a number of times with it, just for a
Sounds
really.
like a philosopher, Nelson Sauvin. I mean, it's like some like philosophical type person.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. So what are you having, Mark?
The last of a 6-pack of Terrapin Mosaic.
Ooh.
Mosaic hopped red ale, and it's part of their, what do they call it? 100% Mosaic hops, and it's part of their seasonal sessions. 6.2%, and it's very good. It's a good beer. Nice, got a nice red color, brownish red color to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's a very tasty beer.
Has it got a nice bite to it, or no? Just kind of mild.
Yeah, it's kind of along the lines of a pale ale kind of hop bite. It's like a hoppy red ale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't leave a real bitter aftertaste, but
It's even nice lacing.
Mm-hmm. Anything with hops, a lot of hops, just ends up doing really good lacing.
Yeah.
In the New Mexico IPA Challenge glass.
Yes. Excellent
There you go.
glass. That style of glass is one of my favorites. I like the way it drinks.
Yeah. Well, it just looks like a can. See?
Yeah, it just looks like a can. Yeah, it just it's mason jar. It's modern mason jar-ish, if you will. You know.
Mm.
Exactly.
I mean, mason jars are fun to drink out of, and I think that's kind of why that particular glass, it has that feel to it. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what are you drinking, Ruben?
I'm having Firestone Walker's Wookie Jack. It's their black IPA.
Oh, okay.
It's really good. It's the first time I had it when I was out in Arizona. I brought a bottle back because we don't get Firestone Walker here.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Yeah.
So I'm finally drinking it, and it's really nice. It's like real tropical fruity on the aroma, but then when you taste it, it's like a hoppy black lager kind of tasting thing, which is really interesting. Kind of has like a porter mouthfeel.
Okay.
But
yeah, some of them do those black IPAs, huh?
you still get a nice hop bitterness, but it's not in your face like it is on the aroma.
Yeah. What's the ABV on it?
Whoa, bigger than I thought. 8.3%.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Kind of an imperial. Yeah.
Yeah, it says Firestone Walker Wookie Jack Black Rye IPA.
Okay.
It's unfiltered, of course, and that's all that says.
Mine's
Has the date, of course, but
Mm-hmm.
It does have the date.
yes.
That's good.
And then this one's one that Pat might have had. I already reviewed it, posted it. This Grand Canyon Sunset Amber Ale from right here in Arizona. Just a really good, solid, sessionable amber. You know.
Mhm.
Those are nice.
I mean, yeah, exactly, Barrett. Because I really did. I went with an amber because I didn't want nothing too hoppy or nothing. Man, I just wanted to chill and have something with a little more flavor than
Yeah.
just a light lager or something. You know.
But
And,
smooth,
and
I love that kind of stuff.
yeah, it literally, man. This will be along with that Four Peaks beer that I drink here locally as well. This will be one of those beers that I just have in my fridge all the time because it is really that smooth and mellow a beer. Really good flavor, really good breadiness, really nice balance. I really liked it. I really did.
What's
So
the ABV?
it's not bad. I think the ABV was what was it? What was it? I looked it up. Darn it. Because it's nowhere on the packaging, believe it or not.
Okay, well.
It's I had looked it up for my review. I want to what was it? 5 point something.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's not 8 or 9%.
No.
Okay.
But just a really good. Well, now that Zach's here, have you had this one, Grand Canyon?
What is it?
It's the Grand Canyon Sunset.
It's 5.4%.
5.4. Yeah, thank you.
I haven't had that one. We don't get those.
Well, this is brewed in Williams, Arizona. If you're familiar with Arizona, that's just west of Flagstaff.
Yeah.
Beautiful country up there. And
Is that for? And you said that was Grand Canyon Brewing.
yeah,
I've heard of them, and I've heard a lot of good things about them. I've never seen their stuff.
that's the part of Arizona that gets winter.
Yeah.
Yep.
They get that thing we call winter. I'm like, what is that?
What is this winter that you speak of?
What is this winter you speak of?
Flagstaff actually gets a good winter every 3 years. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and Williams is with no exception, man. They when you drive through that whole area, I think Williams actually even gets just a hair more snow than Flag. But yeah,
I really like the brewery up there in Flagstaff, Sawmill. I think it is.
Sawmill. Okay, I'll have to look
I
around.
think it's Sawmill.
I'm still trying to get familiar with all the local Arizona brewers.
Yeah, I think it's Sawmill in Flagstaff, and they're pretty good.
Are you sure it's not Lumberyard? Maybe Lumberyard.
Lumberyard, damn it, that was
Yeah.
it. I was in the right industry,
Yeah,
right?
you were good.
We have Pat
Close
in the
enough.
show, and he's joining us from on the road, but he's the one that knows all the local beers here in Arizona for sure.
Where do you live in Arizona?
Yeah,
What's that?
Where do you live at in Arizona?
Oh, Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to really like the whole winter is when your grass dies type thing. You know, and that's how you know it's winter. I like that whole part of it. You know what I'm saying? And then the whole we have to plant our winter grass thing has been an ongoing conversation that we've had for a couple of months already. It just cracks me up. It's hysterical.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have to plant winter grass? Do you realize what you're saying? That part cracks me up. But that's a total Phoenix conversation right there. That is.
Yeah, it is. It is completely.
But a lot of activity happening here right now with the Super Bowl coming, of course, the Pro Bowl, and that big golf tournament. I forget the name of that golf tournament, but there's a lot of stuff happening here right now.
Cool.
I think it's the Waste Management.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
What a horrible name.
Yeah, waste management. Yeah. Oh dear God. Yeah. The minute you have to start like that, you're doomed.
That sounds kind of trashy.
Yeah.
Look
I
at what he's doing.
refuse to go.
Oh. And Zach, what are you having, brother?
having a Pabst Blue Ribbon.
All right.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
There you go.
True craft beer.
Yeah, true craft beer. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna. I was just in a crushing mood. Like, I just wanted to take the edge off quickly. So, PBR to start, and then I'm gonna crush a blue paddle from New Bell.
Ooh, okay.
What's that?
It is their Pilsner.
Oh, nice. I've been craving a good Pilsner recently.
Blue paddle is really nice. I like it.
Mhm.
I don't think it's not as like Pilsnery as most Pilsners.
Yeah, I would agree.
They won't distribute to Pennsylvania because of our horrible alcohol laws.
So what
Yeah.
is that a 10% beer? I mean, come on, man. Is that
No,
what
I
are
think
we
Blue
talking
Paddle
here?
4.8, so
Oh,
almost
nice.
water.
Oh, that's water right there, isn't it? I mean, that's Hey Pat, are you having anything right now or
Nope.
No.
I have a Coca-Cola.
Hey, everyone.
yeah. Oh, hey, we got Rui, man. How you doing, brother?
What's up,
Hey,
man?
guys.
And are we having a really good
I mean,
beer right now? Anything different, man? Anything crazy?
different color bottle, Rui?
No, just a regular one.
Oh, okay. The regular super hot.
I mean, it just when it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's right.
And that's the way you go with that.
If Rui shows up and he's drinking like a Bud or something, then we know that the world's going to end.
Yes.
Drinking a super box.
That will be the end of it right there. Yeah,
I keep looking for that beer, and I can never find it.
Yeah, I really think they stopped selling it here. I kind of do because when I looked it up to go down and buy it, the only place that had it was Total Wine, and then when I went down there to buy it, he said they had just stopped selling it. So,
Huh.
2 minutes too late.
Yeah, exactly. I was just a few months too late on that one. Yeah.
This is pretty neat. Sorry to change the subject, but I just saw it on my news feed, and it was 142 years ago today. Some guy named Coors put an ad in the Denver Daily Times for bottled beer, ale, and porters.
I'll be darned.
And porters, huh?
Yeah, I would love to taste a
Coors
Coors porter.
Me too.
Yeah, it's funny. It's just like I don't think it would show up if I tried to show it on my phone. Nope.
Porters. So I wonder if
Yeah,
is that like a generic term for a dark beer at the time, do you think?
I think so. Yeah.
No, well, you know what, man? I mean,
It's pretty cool though.
We got to remember, pre-Prohibition, these guys were brewing some fantastic beers, and Prohibition watered down a lot of the beers we're currently having.
Well,
That's true.
Coors was a craft beer, but on the top it says Coors and all, or Adolf Coors in bold letters, and then it's blank and blank, and it's really hard to read. And it goes through and it says bottled beer, ale, porters, cider, and seltzer water.
Huh.
Oh no, and it also has domestic and something wines. And it was
Really?
an ad that Adolf Coors placed, like, I guess 142 years ago today.
Wow.
Was
That's
that
awesome.
on Craigslist?
1873. Wow.
Did he put that on Craigslist?
That was his Facebook post.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was. Yeah,
Updated my status. It's selling beer.
yeah, that's
Oh, that's cool. So 1873, huh? Now, did they say Coors was 1870?
I
Or
don't know.
Maybe it took them 3 years to get up the nerve to advertise it or something. I don't know.
Well, it was probably. I wonder what the significance with the newspaper was at the time.
Yeah, that might be true.
Well, papers were definitely a big deal back then, right?
That's all there was, man. It was the only way you got your news.
I mean, if he started, let's say he did start making beers in '70, so in 3 years' time, maybe he was really taking off. So he put an ad finally. Maybe he
Yeah,
could
an
finally
idea.
afford.
No, the founding was in 1873. German immigrants,
There you
Adolf
go.
Coors
Okay. So
Oh.
and Jacob something, established a brewery in Golden, Colorado after buying a recipe for a Pilsner-style beer from a Czech immigrant, William. Yeah.
cool.
Coors
Okay.
invested $2,000 in the operation, and the Schulzer guy invested $18,000. In 1888, Coors bought out his partner and became the sole owner of the brewery.
Huh.
Wow.
That's cool. So yeah, like $2,000 in 1873 is, I don't know, what is that? Maybe $100,000 today? I don't know. It's
Some good money.
That's a lot of dollars.
Because you
Yeah.
figure they invested $20,000 total.
yeah.
It's a lot of money.
In 1873, that was a shit ton of money, I bet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, it
So
a lot of
was.
money.
let's see. What is?
Yeah, because to be a millionaire in
1,000.
1873 really meant something.
Well, because you think about what was the cost of a car in like the 1920s? Wasn't it only like a couple $100?
$817. The
Yeah.
Model T was.
So you figured that you kind of just upsell that to that's the equal to what, a $30,000 car now.
All right.
Oh,
Okay,
30.
so I found an online inflation calculator. Let's go see. 1873, $20,000, huh?
Yep.
All right. So today that would be $392,156.86.
Holy shit.
So that's about what most
Yeah.
7-barrel craft breweries put into their investment
Yeah.
when they start today. So yeah, that's
$500,000, yeah.
Wait, did you say 300 or 34?
392,000.
Yeah.
yeah.
So basically 400.
Yeah, $400,000. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right for a microbrewery to start
7
out
barrels?
large. For a 7-barrel with 6 fermenters, and because if you're thinking all brand new stuff, you know, a brand new 7-barrel with 6 fermenters is going to cost you about $200,000.
Yeah.
And then plus the investment into your property. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that the inflation works that way.
Yeah, like it's in today's dollars, that's 400 G's. And nowadays you can just buy everything. Back then, I imagine they had to build most of that crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I would
It was
say.
all wooden barrels and probably copper pots.
Right.
And the whole
Yeah,
thing.
so you had to like find the guy, or you had to be the guy that knew how to do all that.
See,
stuff.
I'd like to cross-reference that and see when dairy engineering came to be, because dairy engineering is just up the road from Coors, and I bet if that was around the same time, because dairy engineering used to make, and they still do make, a lot of great stuff, but that's what most of the old antique brewing equipment is all dairy equipment.
Do they still make dairy? Is it DERRY? Is that how they pronounce it? Dairy?
I think so,
Not
yeah.
like dairy, like milk.
Dairy
but-
engineering.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Wow, that is some cool stuff right there. I wonder how many styles of beer they initially came out with, and where those recipes are. Like, can you get your hands on those recipes? You know?
Yeah, well, they had that what is it, Batch 21?
Yeah. Yep.
Do any of you guys get Batch 21 from Coors?
Yeah, I had that. It was
That's one of their
last year I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of their prohibition recipes.
Zach, I assume you've toured the brewery. Is that correct?
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
You
Mark
can
just
go
showed it.
every day and get 3 free beers.
Yeah, is it pretty cool? I mean, I hear the Coors one's a lot better than like Budweiser, but I was just
Bud is a great
curious.
tour as well. In Fort Collins, Bud
Mhm.
is a beautiful, beautiful factory.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Coors is a really cool place too. Bud, I would say, is a lot prettier. Coors is just, I don't know, it's really cool, and honestly, there's not many people here in Colorado that won't tell you that Coors out of that draft line at the factory is one of the better beers you're ever going to have.
Yeah, I could believe it. Yeah.
It's the perfect temperature. It's so fresh, and it just is like, oh. And there is nothing like stopping in Golden on a hot July afternoon and just getting your 3 free pints of Coors and just going, oh, that was really refreshing.
Yeah.
Along the same kind of lines, one of the best beers I ever had was in Pleasant, Czech Republic at the Pilsner Quell Brewery. And they're like caverns underneath. They have the like unfermented, unfiltered Pilsner Quell like straight out of a huge wooden barrel.
Yeah.
And that was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
The way it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah. And they actually, Phoenix won a contest not too long ago. One of the bars was selected. I don't know if you've ever been there, Joe, yet, but what the hell is it even called now? Oh, I feel like an idiot. I don't know. Anyway, they won a contest where they actually brought a barrel of that over and, tapped and everything, and everyone got like T-shirts and mugs, and it still wasn't quite as good as the travel, but yeah, it's amazing how much of a difference that can make. Because normally that beer is just okay. I mean, it's good for what it is, but
it's a good basic Pilsner, but yeah, I would imagine at the source it's probably pretty tasty.
Have any of you ever been to New Glarus Brewing in New Glarus, Wisconsin?
No,
but I've had almost every beer they make.
Yeah. That brewery is absolutely beautiful too. It's like
and they just did an addition, right?
Yeah, they've been doing a bunch, and they added like a sour beer cave where they actually dug a cave into the wall.
Oh, cool!
Sweet.
Into a hillside, and all it is sour beers, and they age them in there and everything. And,
that's like Omegang used to do the cave stuff.
Yeah.
Pat Brewer just started the cave again.
Yeah.
Their sour beers are actually some of the best I've ever had. Like I still have a bottle of the very sour blackberry. Which, like, people were trading for that thing, like, no bullshit. For one little 500 milliliter bottle, probably $300-400 worth of beer at least.
Yeah.
Oh! I mean, they were going crazy.
That tart cherry one that they do, too, is just amazing.
Yeah. Sour with the blackberries and the cherries and stuff. Oh, that would just be great. Yeah.
They do raspberry tart, and they do the Belgian red, which is the cherry one.
Yeah.
And they also do a serendipity, which is raspberries, cherries, and apples.
I really like the serendipity. That's the one that I get.
And they actually do a strawberry rhubarb as well.
Yeah.
Those are like standard kind of fruit. They're not super sour. They're a little tart, but their sour stuff, especially they released a couple. They're like the R&D. They're called, where they're brewery only, release over 2 days, and line up 2 bottles per person kind of thing. And those are the ones that very sour blackberry. Like I said, I mean, people are going to ape shit for that. It's just whatever you wanted, you could get it with a bottle of that. And I drank one a while back. I split it with some friends, but the second one I still have tucked away. So one day.
Yeah. Well, there's my next beer.
What is it? I can't see it, Mark.
It is Burnt Hickory. They're in Kennesaw, Georgia. They're like you, Zach. They're kind of a nano brewery tasting room.
Cool.
And this is their Cannon Dragger IPA, and it's named for all of the soldiers that dragged 100 cannons up the side of Little Kennesaw Mountain during the Civil War.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and it's a pretty good IPA. Yeah, it's got citrus up front, and then it just hits you with a real a resinous pine at the back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What was the alcohol in that, Mark? I missed it. My internet kicked me off.
8%.
Oh, well, pretty big.
It's like an Imperial, IPA. And it's the first beer I've had from them. They just have upgraded. They upgraded their, I don't know what size they went to, but they went to a larger system from a smaller system so it can meet all the demand for growler bars and that type of stuff. So, very cool.
Hey, Rui, have you had a chance to try any of these different styles of beer that we're talking about, like a sour beer? Have you ever even had a chance to try a sour beer?
I did try to find other kind of beer, but didn't really find anything.
Yeah. Superbox
So-
make a sour.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah. Until Superbock makes a sour, it ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen.
We could start a campaign. We could just start sending them stuff. Make a sour so Rui can do a sour. We'll do a sour.
Exactly.
Put it in a what color bottle would it go in? Maybe a blue. Blue bottle.
Hey, we mentioned tap rooms earlier. Has anybody been checking on Skylar's project? Man, he's got a tap room going in over there with pink wood.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's coral. Oh, man.
And you know what you have to do to get your wood pink, right?
Oh, man.
Oh.
You gotta tap it.
Damn it, Joe.
You want to get it pink, you got to tap it in a big way.
I was,
Well, we're half an hour in. That's not too bad.
yeah,
really.
that's pretty.
No, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not doing too shabby here. Yeah. So yeah, but it was funny because he posted that picture and it's all pink wood. I kind of thought that he had painted it that color because I've seen I think blue treated wood, green treated wood.
Yeah.
But I'd never seen pink. And I guess someone posted in the comments there on his posting that it's pretty common in very, very humid climates.
Oh, okay. Yeah, must be the treatment they use. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jody, the bar I was talking about in Phoenix is Papago. Have you been there yet?
Papago, no. I am still getting very familiar, trying to get familiar with. I went to North Mountain again. Man, my problem is just getting time to even go anywhere. It's like, I'm usually so tired that I'm like, nah, screw it. And then it's hard during football season because, I'm either at a game or watching the game and I'm not going to go anywhere, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is here. Metro Center, literally everything's around the corner from me, so it's hard to get out of this little area.
I was actually wondering where you were. I never knew.
It's hard to okay, let me see. I mean, there's literally everything right here. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to get out of this area. When you're already kind of like, do I even want to go anywhere? You know what I'm saying? So.
Hey, Ruben, you think you can make more noise with that bag?
Nah.
I guess so.
That ain't more noise, you liar.
It's empty now.
That ain't more noise. What a wuss.
Touche. I didn't eat supper, so I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah, that's all I was too. I woke up and I was like, oh my god, I'm starving, so I had to have something to eat real fast. And what do you guys? Any guys on your second beer now?
Yeah, I just cracked the Blue Paddle.
Oh, what's that like? How you?
It's nice and refreshing, that's for sure.
Yeah, because that's a super sessionable Colorado. That's just water type.
That's like baby beer.
Yeah, it's baby beer, man.
It just has enough. Just has enough of that Pilsner bite to where it's good, but I like that it's still like a smooth body. Like it's light bodied, but it's like smooth like a medium body is too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is it like we say really light ones for you? It's like 10, 12, or what?
No. This reminds me actually a lot of Cigar City's Hotter Than Hells.
Mm.
Oh, that's good long beer.
It's super because I think that has that smooth it has that bite, but it has that smoothness to it too.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I keep forgetting to look for Cigar City. Do we get Cigar City out here, Pat?
No.
No. That was pretty definitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I still have
No.
I have a bottle of Marshall Zukov, and then I have a bottle of Warmer Winter Warmer
Oh, okay.
from like a year ago. It's at least a year old. But the Zukov is about as good as it gets for a stout, as far as I'm concerned.
That's pretty good.
I actually like it more than what the hell's it even called. I had it.
What about compared to Dark Days? Or Dark Lord? From Three Floyds.
He froze up.
I've had neither, so I don't know. Yeah.
Me neither.
I've only had Zukov. I've only had Zukov at Great American Beer Fest, and it was really good. Dark Lord changes every year, so that attracts me.
Mm-hmm.
I hear their Hanapu Stout is incredible from Cigar City.
Yeah, Hanapu's is good. But Marshall Zukov is the shit.
Yeah. Now, Dark Lord changes the recipe every year, right?
Yeah, I don't know all the details on it. I know that they change as far as, I think, different spices or something, maybe.
Okay. All right. So maybe the base is the same. They just add little adjunct, not adjunct.
Yeah, like I think one year had some vanilla to it. And
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Hey, Zach, are we getting to the point where we have maybe regions of the country that are growing better beer ingredients than others? Like they're kind of known for their beer. Like, is Eastern Washington known more for growing better hops than any other part of the country, or you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I think the upper Northwest will always be known for growing more hops. They have a better climate for it, and they don't have the big climate swings. We have some really good hop growers here, but the climate swings here, I think, make it semi-difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Does it need to be cold or what?
No, it needs to be like you don't want it to be 100 and something degrees. You don't want it to be super wet, but you want it to be moist. Hops like
I would agree.
hops
That's what you
like
call a
to
trigger
be-
word.
That's hilarious.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hops wouldn't grow in Georgia because it rains so much.
Yeah.
Florida seems
But it's
pretty even keeled temperature. I mean,
I think that it's just too much moisture.
Yeah.
Um,
Too humid.
I think
probably.
some of them could grow there, but I think the moisture. That's why they do it. Like the Yak Valley in Washington is pretty far inland, so it's not like going to like Seattle where it's pretty wet all the time. But
so it's kind of too warm and moist.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a
um,
Well, I know from going there so much as far as trucking is concerned, and that's where trucking comes into it again, is Eastern Washington grows crap shit ton loads of grass. A lot of grass seed, that whole area of the country, it just grows tons and tons of grass.
yeah.
And so I think it grows good there in that area because it just kind of goes hand in hand with that
Well,
kind of.
Yeah, and when you grow hops, you have to look into what kind you're growing. There's certain ones that are disease resistant to different things. Spider mites and stuff are really bad for hops. Some hops are very susceptible to mildew. So the wetter climate that they're in, the mildew would just wipe them out. The mildew's in the molds.
Yeah.
Now we all know they grow cascade out the ass over there, right? So
yeah.
What hops are growing best in what regions of the country?
That was the other going to be the next side of that. Is there's different hops. There's certain like hops from the Czech and hops from certain regions in Germany like to be much cooler, to where those hops may never see 80 degrees. That they like the cooler temps, whereas other hop plant varieties might like it up in the 90s and like the drier, and then some like the cooler and the wetter. Look at England. England is not a hot place, but they grow some really good Fuggles. It would be your typical UK hop, and then your American hop. You look at like Brewer's Gold and Cascade, Citra, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. That one kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, that just sounds like something you do with your old lady. Hey, baby, you want a Fuggle?
Oh my!
There's
Let's Fuggle. It's warm and moist.
But you can tell the difference. At Chain Reaction, we only use Fuggles from the UK. You can get US Fuggles, but there's a very clear difference because just the soil works better, the climate works better.
Huh.
But then, the Midwest is where you get all the grain.
Yeah, I was just gonna.
That's
where
all the grain's from.
So where's the barleys? Where are you getting the best of that?
The plains, the flatlands, the Midwest.
Yeah.
We have a really good Colorado Malting Company does really good stuff down in Alamosa.
Huh. Okay.
Alamosa, New Mexico, or
Colorado?
Oh, Colorado. Okay.
I think they're pretty much on the same they're probably really close to each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because Alamosa, Colorado is right next to the New Mexico border.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool information. Yeah, because I was wondering, if there's certain regions of the country and of the world, I guess, and it just made sense to me that there would be. I mean, there's regions of the country and world that are known for better grapes and better this, that, and the other. So why wouldn't it be?
Tobaccos, coffee. Coffee's a big one. I mean, or chocolate. Look at anytime you get chocolate notes, if it's from Ecuador or Africa or wherever it's from, it has such different notes to it than the other ones. Some of them are sweeter, some of them are spicier.
Yeah, well, coffee's a major one, right? I mean,
and it all depends on the soil and the climate. How hot does it get? How wet is it?
Tobacco's another major one, really. I mean, and you want certain tobacco for different feelings or moments or whatever. You want a different cigar for a different whatever. So. Some people have breakfast cigars, so you want a milder cigar. You probably get it, more from Connecticut or something, right?
Yeah.
I know we get at the brewery that I work at, we get like 99% of our hops from Oregon.
Yeah. That's where the big companies are. I mean, they grow everything up there.
Yeah.
Although Colorado's growing a lot of hops, aren't they, Zach? Don't they do?
Yeah, but
in the San Luis Valley.
Yeah, but not a lot, not enough to supply anybody in the state. Really, I mean, there's the ones right now. I mean, they've already sold out their contracts for the next 5 years.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So what's in the works, man? What are you hearing? What kind of rumors are going around about hop experimentation? What new flavors are we trying to get out of hops?
There's a lot of new, really cool hops out. I work with a company that does a lot of the smaller ones that, like our pale ale that we have on right now, uses a hop called experimental pine fruit. And it is just It's the juiciest, brightest
Oh,
I have ever tried. I mean, I always thought that like
come on, Joe.
No. Anytime, no. Actually, this was a clean one because anytime juicy is referenced to hop, I always remember Barry. So I was just laughing because it always reminds me of Barry. I can hear Barry
He
saying
describes
it.
it. Juicy
His
hops.
first description is juicy.
Yeah.
So I was laughing because I was referencing Barry. Yeah.
I always thought that Citra was like this big, powerful aroma and everything. This thing is like has more aroma and more flavor than Citra ever dreamed of. Like it is just absolutely beautiful.
Well,
I am in
love
love with this.
Citra, man. If you got
What was the name of that one?
It's called Experimental Pine Fruit.
Oh.
It's really nice and citrusy. It's a beautiful hop. The other one that's out is you can buy them pretty easily just online. Go buy a pound of them. I think they're like $11. Or you can buy 2 pounds of them. I'll put the website in there. Or 2 ounces of them. We also get a hop called Belma that is really
Belma
nice.
hops,
It's like
yeah.
honeydew melon.
Yeah, definitely.
Belma is really nice.
That would be an
I've got
interesting flavor.
experimental
beer.
chocolate. I've got an experimental chocolate. I have an experimental lemon drop. I have one called Nugzilla, which is supposed to be nugget, like doubled up, I guess.
Ooh.
Nugzilla. There's Armadillo, which is Amarillo with a little bit more tropical flavors, I think. This is a great. I'll post it into the chat over here. This is a great website for like homebrewers and stuff to just try out some new hops.
Hey, Zach, are these whole cone hops that you're using, or are they pellets?
No, we do everything pellet for most of it.
That's how we are. That's how I was
Unless
curious.
it's fresh hop, we do everything.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Whole cone's nice, but it just...
It's like a 10-to-1 ratio.
Nice, but it just takes so much more mess.
It takes so much more hops, and it takes so much of your final product. So, and it clogs pumps.
Everything I dry hop is whole leaf. Is that not as good? Or what?
I like pellets better personally, but
no, not cone. I mean,
I just think you get more bang for your buck.
You're talking about leaf. You're talking about leaves, right, Barry?
Yeah, I do leaf hops when I dry hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that good or?
Yeah,
I think
that's good. That's good for.
They're talking sheer economics.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, when you get, down to the pricing, I think you get more bang for your buck with pellets, but, that's a totally different, conversation as far as that stuff goes.
The way you're doing it, Eric, I think is good for what you're doing. You're doing small batches, go for it.
There's no right or way.
Yeah.
There's some people that say you get a little bit more from the whole leaf. Some people say you get more from pellets. It's really just what your preference is.
Yeah. Okay. And from a brewery standpoint, you get more consistency out of pellets because you can look at the amino acids more closely, I guess. But home brewing, it's all about experimentation and having fun. So.
Yeah, the alpha. Yeah, when you can sit there and look at a package that's been sent to a lab and it tells you how many alphas, how many betas, how much cocumulin, all kinds of different stuff. Aliente. Yeah. That was a cool one that I used. Trying to think of a couple of the other ones.
Kind of funny.
You guys would like.
I like that melon one you were talking about, man. To get a melon taste, a honey.
Yeah. Belma Gama's awesome. It has like that honeydew melon, just really tasty, and it's not super bitter. It's just really smooth and fruity.
Now, what style did you use that in, Zach?
Pale ale. We
Pale ale.
do.
Oh,
So we brew.
that's what I'm saying. I would pay. I would pay. to
We
try
brew. We brew probably like 6 different pale ales a month. With all
that. That's
just
awesome.
They're
Oh,
all just
man.
different single
Oh,
hops.
Zach, I have a question for you. I saw you guys did that Sour Patch Kid Hop Rocket. How was that?
It was good. Tastes like
Was it like, what did it do to it? I mean,
tastes like Sour Patch Kids in a pale ale.
really? Oh, really?
That's about it.
I didn't know like what it would do to a beer. I didn't know if it'd be.
No, Sour Patch Kids work good. Gummy Bears work good. Skittles did not work. Skittles just turned into pure sugar water.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Toasted toasted hazelnuts was really good.
Oh, cool.
Pomegranate and donuts was really good.
Pomegranate donuts. Wow.
With what style?
The red ale.
Okay.
Interesting.
Um,
I wouldn't
we're
have guessed
getting ready
that.
to we're getting ready to tap one. I think you guys would be pretty interested in. It's a date and it's a date black saison.
Oh, nice. I just tried a really nice black saison the other day, and I thought it was fantastic. I'd never had one before.
Hey, I've got ice cream and ketchup in the fermenter right now.
What is it?
Ice cream and ketchup.
Huh.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
I know.
Christ.
Pomegranate ice cream.
You can do anything.
Yeah, you could do anything.
Anything you put your mind to.
Yeah. You put your mind to it. Yeah. And, so how did that pomegranate donut? And what did you call it with the red?
It was with the red ale.
I mean, what was the? I mean, what kind of donut? Did you even get a donut out of it?
Yeah, you got like a donut flavor out of it. So what it is it's the Randall. So you just stuff that full of donuts and pomegranate, and then the beer runs through that. So
okay.
It worked really well.
Okay, so it had to be. You're not talking glazed donut. You're talking. It had.
Yeah,
to be,
it was a pomegranate glazed donut.
Oh, a pomegranate glazed donut. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that would be awesome. Come on.
What did the donut look like in the Randall? I mean, that had to look like.
When it came out of there, it was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it had to.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean that's one of those Randalls you don't want to look at, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you don't want to look at that Randall. You just want the end result. Just give me the beer, don't.
Yeah,
Hey,
it was pretty mushy.
What is a Randall?
Randall is essentially a filter that you.
It's like a high-tech beer bong, basically.
You pretty much. So you hook the keg up, and then you've got the Randall, so it goes from the keg through the Randall, and then through the tap.
Yeah, it's like a beer water pipe, pretty much.
Okay. Never heard of one, actually.
No, you've
It's-
heard of it because
they're-
AJ used to be on here all the time with his little Randall Jr.
Yeah, those are the Randall Juniors. Yeah, those are easy. Dogfish Head makes them. It's kind of fun. It gives you ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just picture, just to really simplify it, picture like a big clear tube with two ends on it and two tubes coming out of it. One tube coming out of each end. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it looks like, and then you just stuff whatever you can imagine.
Yeah. I mean, originally it was just for like hops. You'd put like whole cone hops in and do like a pale ale or an IPA through it or something. And you just get that fresh hop taste and aroma. But now that's experimental. You do like stuff like Sour Patch Kids or toasted coconut or something like that.
Brisket, that type of stuff.
And they sell those.
Oak chips is a common one too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dogfish Head, I think, was selling that Randall Jr. for like $30 or something.
Yeah.
And that's
reasonable.
perfect because you could do 1 or 2 beers, play around with it at home.
Yeah,
on
definitely.
a real small scale. It was perfect.
Can't you kind of get like the same effect with a just a French press?
You could probably, yeah.
I
Pour
know,
the
I
Yeah,
see
it's
people do
about
that
the
with
same.
stouts.
Yeah.
With stouts especially, I know people do that. They'll take like a stout and throw, toasted coconut or cocoa nibs or whatever and push it through there and let it sit for, 5-6 hours even, kind of age on it. And
Yeah,
Oh, wow, that's too long.
Add
Need
it, yeah.
results now.
It's like 5 or 6 seconds. It goes like 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah, 5 or 6 seconds max. Right?
does anyone know that? I cannot think of the damn name. The Cigar City Stout I was talking about. It's like there people wait in line for it, all that.
Hanapu.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Hanapu,
I actually think Zukhov's better.
Really?
That's what I was saying too.
That's what Zach said. Yeah, I didn't know. I
Yeah.
always want to trade for a Hanapu.
It's really damn good, but Zukhov is just like, I don't know, it's just awesome. It's just so
Okay,
good.
Pat,
And it pours like
it's-
motor oil too.
Last 5 minutes of the show, give me a decent Thursday. I'm finally going to be able to go out for a Thursday beer somewhere. Where's a good Thursday place to go for a beer?
I don't know, man. I'm pretty out of touch, but I mean, Papago's always good. Have you been to Fate?
No, you're blowing my mind with this stuff. No.
Fate Brewing's in Scottsdale. I know they were kind of like really hot for a little while. Arizona Wilderness. I know they were really, really big for a little while. I'm seriously out of touch, but Fate has like a candy bar stout. That's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
awesome. There's another one where people
How do
are
they
going crazy
spell
for
it? PH or is it F?
F-A-T-E. Yeah. That's a pretty good. It's just like a little tiny brewery. They have like pizza and stuff like that. But that's like that's Scottsdale. I think it's about
Okay.
like Scottsdale and Shea, something like that.
Okay.
Right around there. And then Arizona Wilderness is kind of East Valley. I want to say it's like I don't know where, past Mesa, Chandler, something like that.
Oh, yeah, no, never mind.
Yeah. But otherwise, Papago and Scottsdale, like Old Town Scottsdale, kind of is near where that is. That's a pretty good one that always has like really good stuff on tap and events and whatnot. It's definitely a place worth checking out. It's one of the oldest like craft beer places in all of Phoenix.
Ever since you broke me into that, Pat's the one that broke me into the going to Whole Foods and having a beer.
Yeah.
I can't seem to make it past the Whole Foods now, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They have good stuff, man.
I mean, it's kind of the perfect place to go because you can go there and then whatever they have on the shelf, you can just buy it and drink it there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like.
That's a good deal.
So it's like an endless selections of beer that you can have. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, it's kind of perfect, man. God, that one Whole Foods over here, not too far from me, man. The whole setup was sweet. I mean, the freaking bars right here and the beers are literally.
Yeah, I think that's the one that's around the corner. Is it kind of where the beer's like separate? I mean, the bar's actually almost like a separate area. It has like its own entrance and stuff.
Yeah,
That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
And they actually have like branded glass location and everything there. It's
They've got appropriate glassware and everything.
Pretty serious
That's
place.
Cool. They've got a true beer geek running that one then. If they've got appropriate.
Yeah, it was a big
glassware.
deal. I think that one in Scottsdale that we went to, Joe, that was kind of the one that really got the whole people actually noticing Whole Foods. That and the one down in I think it was Mesa or Chandler or something like that. There's some guy that really full of himself that ran that. They called himself King James.
Oh man,
He's kind of a dick, but yeah.
Man.
Some British guy and whatever. But that was it too. And then after that, they kind of realized that hey, people actually are interested in that, and they built that new one that you're talking about, where they actually made a real focus on that and made it kind of its own thing.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there was. Plus, I mean, it doesn't. Whole Foods is like a Costco, brother. I mean, there are some fine women going in there. You know what I'm saying? And So that doesn't hurt either, you know what I'm saying? Well, most craft breweries, tell you the truth, there's gonna be some nice ladies, but they're not always by themselves, you know what I'm saying? And so Whole Foods, man, they seem to go in all their exercise stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, if you photograph them, they're usually by themselves. So I don't know. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, they are. That's a different deal, man. Yeah. Honestly, man, like, they're just so damn young. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of.
You don't give them my phone number, or what's the deal here, Joe?
Yeah,
It was like, okay, model.
Yeah. That last gal was a lot of fun, actually, and I was quite surprised at her beer knowledge. I really was.
I saw
you said that.
Interesting.
I was shocked at her beer knowledge, man. I mean, literally, we went and pounded a few beers at North Mountain there, and she was just like, boom, bam, 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 and I was just like, whoa, this girl's cool, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And she had quite a few beers on Untapped and everything. She was like, oh my God, you're on Untapped? I'm like, you don't really know who you're talking to, do you? I'm on Untapped, yeah, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So.
But now she's like one of your friends, and she's not one of mine. But,
yeah, what the hell was this?
Yeah.
Look at us all looking at our phones.
Let's see what's on Untapped.
Joe's friends, okay.
Yeah.
Friend
Yeah, so it's that part's pretty cool, and it's but getting back to just the beer, it's a lot of fun to go somewhere and meet a fan or someone that has seen you, and then just crack a few beers together and share some times. It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'd love to meet up with you, Joe, somewhere. That'd be cool.
Never cuddly. Just beware.
What?
He likes to cuddle.
I was joking.
Joe likes to cuddle. That is true. I'll admit to that.
Okay. I like to cuddle, and Joe's pretty sexy, so there you go.
As long as it's pink. As long as it's coral.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Oh, Joe's gone.
He is. He's frozen, I think.
Yeah. We blew him out of the water. He couldn't take it anymore.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Is this a gold cap, Lori?
Oh.
Okay.
So what happens? Just runs indefinitely now that he's lost, and it just goes on.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
The share beer that never ends.
It's a never-ending show. Yeah.
Just come back tomorrow. It'll still be on.
Yeah, we're still live too. So there you go.
I know.
Joe is.
We should just really talk bad about him, so he has to.
That's being recorded now, so
yeah, that's.